Hey, what's going on, my good people? We back at it. And I got another story for y'all. It's the story of 10-year-old Breasia Terrell. And she's been missing from Davenport, Iowa since July the 10th. And to this day, she has still not been found. Still, to this day. And I received a lot of emails, people wanting me to look into this case. And that's what I did. And so what we're going to do in this video is look at some of the details surrounding her disappearance. So, come on, ride with me.
My name is Aisha Langford. I'm Breasia Terrell's mom. As you guys can see, we're all out here trying to come and find her. If you heard anything, you have possibly seen her. She's been gone 24 hours. She's a 10-year-old girl. Eyesight is kind of messed up out her left eye, and she can't hear out her left ear. So this is very new, not only to myself, but to a lot of family members that's out here that done seen her. And I'm asking for anyone to come help me.
Now, the woman that you just saw in that clip is Breasia's mother, Aisha Langford. Okay? And she said that it was already part of the plan for her son, Detorius, to go spend the night with his father, Henry Dinkins, and his girlfriend at their apartment on East 53rd. Okay? So this was already planned. They already knew he was coming. But supposedly he offered to watch Breasia. Now, I heard another story where it was when he came to pick up his son Detorius. Detorius didn't want to go by himself and asked if his sister could go with him. Aisha told us that Breasia is close with her brother and wanted to hang out with him. They had no reason to worry that anything bad would happen. And you have to keep in mind that during this time, Aisha's at work. Breasia and Detorius, they with grandma. And when Henry Dinkins came to pick up his son, Breasia was allowed to go with them. So sometime during the day on July the 9th, Henry Dinkins left with both of her children. Okay? And they headed to his girlfriend's house on East 53rd. Now, it was reported that Aisha had went over there and dropped off some clothes when she got off work. But in this article right here, she says that she checked on her children that night and they told her they were playing video games and having a good time. She said that Breasia texted her at about 9:13 at night and said, "Good night, Mama. I love you." And that's the last she heard from her. When Aisha got to work the next morning, she got a call from Henry Dinkins saying that when he woke up, Breasia was gone. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold up, pause. So the mother received a text from her at about 9:13 and then the next day she gone? Nah. So what happened that night? Now, it was rumored that the brother, Detorius Langford, told them that sometime during the night, Henry woke them up and took them somewhere to fish. Okay? And I had no reason to doubt that because after they filed that missing report on Friday, that was one of the first places Davenport police searched. They searched Credit Island. And it is known for a fishing spot. Okay? And if you look at this map right here, from East 53rd to Credit Island, it'll take you about 20-25 minutes, depending on which route you take. And not only that, the most important part about this rumor was the fact that the brother was supposedly telling the family that Henry went into the woods with Breasia, and when he came back out, Breasia wasn't with him. And I was like, what? Now, like I said, I don't know if this is true or not, but I would think they would have questioned him. You understand what I mean? They had to question him. And then he's 8 years old. It ain't like you dealing with a toddler, can't form a sentence. He 8. He can tell what he knows. And so this didn't seem too far-fetched to me. Now you have to ask yourself, if this story is true, and he went into the woods with her and came back out without her, then what did he do with her? In my mind, he either came back for her or he handed her off to somebody. You understand what I mean? And not only that, I want to know, did anybody go with him? Where was the girlfriend during all this? Did he go out there and meet up with somebody? Now, Davenport police spent part of their day on Friday, July the 10th, searching Credit Island. Okay? But they didn't find Breasia. Not only did Davenport police search Credit Island, they searched the apartment that Henry was staying with his girlfriend. Now, they haven't said if they found anything, but later on that day, on July the 10th, that Friday, they arrested Henry. But they arrested him on charges unrelated to Breasia's disappearance. He was arrested on one count of sex offender registry violation. Yeah, y'all heard me. He's a registered sex offender. And this new address where he's staying with the girlfriend, he wasn't supposed to be there. He hadn't registered that address. Davenport police arrested his ass, and he's been sitting in there ever since. But on Tuesday, July the 14th, Aisha went and spoke with him at the jail. Listen to what she had to say.
He's believed to have last been with your daughter. And so he asked for a meeting with you this morning, is that correct?
He originally asked for the meeting yesterday but I mean, my son had questions, They weren't questions that were set up by us, but, there were questions that he had wanted to ask him, but Henry's main focus was more on, where's your mom? And, it went from that to the point where he
Where's your mother? Or
when he was talking to the tourists, it was more on like, where's your mom?
Okay.
And, I felt like, me personally, I gave it some time, calm myself down, and I'm like, you know what? Anything could be a lead. I need to set aside my anger and so much hurt that I got going on inside and go and see what's going on. See, how do I know, he has something to tell me? Maybe his body language will tell me something, something that may, pop, and, he may not know that he's giving me, a leeway to something, but like, I would know it. He wouldn't know it, but I would know it. So I would go in nonchalant because I know that he has a soft spot for me. So, I did just that. And, he accepted my call, he accepted the visit, which was crazy. He accepted it in seconds, must I say. And I came to the phone pretty quickly and picked it up like, hey, baby, and I'm like, no, it's hey, Aisha, and we went on and, he went on about talking about numerous other things and yeah.
So it sounds like Henry was asking to speak to her. And it sounded like she wasn't on it at first. She said she had to put her anger to the side, all this, that, and the other. And I thought to myself, your daughter missing, he's the last one with her. You should have been on his ass. You hear me? He wouldn't have been looking for me. I'm on my way. Already. I need to talk to you ASAP. Where's my daughter? Nevertheless, on Tuesday, July the 10th, she went to see him. And I don't know about y'all, but that video clip that I just showed y'all, one of the things that bothered me was the fact that she said at the start of their conversation, he was like, hey, baby. I was like, what? Huh? Hey, baby. My daughter missing, you the last one with her. Hey, baby. Just the fact that he came at her like that bothered me. And it almost made me feel like that they might still be sliding on the low. You understand what I mean? She might still be sliding with the baby daddy. I'm just saying. That just sounded odd to me. And the fact that he's sitting in jail knowing that they're looking at him for being responsible for Breasia's disappearance. Hey, baby. Boy, bye. In this news article right here, Aisha said that he broke down only after a few minutes of her being there. And she said that she's known him for 11 years and never seen him show that kind of emotion. So now in her mind, she thinks he knows something. She said, and she told him, "You're never going to have a good night's sleep in that cell until she's home." Talking about Breasia. On the same day of that jail visit, Davenport police came out and told us this.
As of today, July 14th, we have identified Henry E. Dinkins as a person of interest related to this case. A person of interest is different than a named suspect. A person of interest is someone who has not been arrested or formally charged in this case, but may have information that could assist with the investigation or possess certain characteristics that merit further attention by our investigators.
Yeah, they officially came out and named Henry Dinkins a person of interest in Breasia's case. They were even asking the public for information regarding Dinkins' whereabouts from 10 p.m. on Thursday, July the 9th, to 12 p.m. on Friday, July the 10th. So they trying to track him for about 14 hours. 14 hours. And they also gave us photos of all the cars that Dinkins was known to drive. And now this Chevy Impala was like his main vehicle. Okay? But they want to know where he was from 10 p.m. on Thursday to 12 p.m. on Friday. And in my opinion, the 8-year-old brother, Notorious, and the girlfriend, they should be able to help with this timeline. You know what I mean? And in my opinion, the police are only looking for Dinkins starting at 10 p.m. on Thursday because Aisha told them that she spoke to her daughter at about 9:13 through text. So then my question was this: does Breasia have a phone? How was she texting her daughter? If Breasia has a phone, then did they track the phone? Did they do a phone dump? I mean, if y'all know, let me know in the comments because I would like to know if she had a phone. Because if she didn't, then, I would want to know how was Aisha communicating with her daughter. Now, and I will say this. I saw a lot of people dragging Aisha, dragging her. But y'all have to understand that Henry was the last one with her daughter. You understand what I mean? And people are out here making it seem like she had something to do with what happened to her daughter. Now, I know, there's a lot of back and forth like, oh, well, why she let her daughter go with a registered sex offender and, and I get it. But listen to the dynamics of the relationship. Listen to Aisha.
Clear up for some of our viewers, like, how is Mr. Dinkins related to you, or what? How do you know him?
I know Henry. We had a relationship history a couple years, probably like 8.5 years back. We were together for about 2.5, 3 years. Him being a sex offender had also surfaced, and his weird ways kind of had me step back, and then him being incarcerated all the time kind of definitely had me step back to a lot of things. And we also have an 8-year-old boy together.
Okay.
Notorious, mostly Langford. Well, originally Langford is what we're working on.
Yeah. So it sounds like to me she spent about 2 to 3 years with him. Right now, Breasia is 10. Notorious is 8, and that's the son that they have together. So when she had Notorious, Breasia would have been what, 2? About 2? And she said they were together 2 to 3 years. So he did spend a significant amount of time in Breasia's life. But I know for me, my question was, when they separated, how often did he see his son? Was he a part-time daddy? You understand what I mean? Because it sounds like he was in and out of Notorious's life. You know what I mean? And one of the things that struck me as odd in this interview is when she said the sex offender stuff surfaced, which tells me that she didn't know up front that he was a registered sex offender. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, just from personal experience. A lot of these guys do not divulge that information up front. They don't. You know what I mean? And I'm quite sure one of y'all, or some of y'all, watching this video right now has dated or slept with a registered sex offender and had no idea. And Aisha told us that he was in and out of jail. So as far as I'm concerned, he was a dope boy then. And at 47, he's still that guy. You know? And I've never lied to y'all. You understand what I mean? I've been through my dope boy phase. I've been through a dope boy phase. You understand what I'm saying? Some of y'all gonna be y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. And we like the glamorous things that come along with it. Like the money. You know? But we don't focus on the fact that this guy out here playing a dangerous game for his money. And guess what? When he can't be touched, they touch the people around him. So as far as we know, Breasia could just be caught up in some of his mess. You know what I mean? And Aisha knows what type of life Henry lives. She know the game he play out here in these streets. She was wrong for sending her daughter with him. Hell, and her son. Because, I mean, shit, for all we know, the girlfriend house could be the trap house. You know what I mean? You don't think he hitting licks out the girlfriend house? Okay. You can believe that if you want to. So, I know Davenport police is calling him a person of interest. But he a suspect over here.
So make the news, nigga, and watch what happens. If you make it over here on this channel, nigga, we on your ass.
Okay.